Hey, this is Paige from Mosaic Moments, and today I'm showing you the Great Outdoors die sets. This one is the Great Outdoors frame set, and it comes with a 4x4 hexagon frame that I'm holding right here. Plus, it has all these layering sizes, so this is the next smallest one. So if you wanted to layer your photo, you'd probably use this biggest one. And then there's several more sizes that can be used as well. Plus there's two banner dies, a bigger one and this medium size one. So those can be used with the frame or alone as an embellishment. There's also the Great Outdoors accent set, which comes with this 2x2 hexagon die. And this die also comes with a little outline piece, which I'll show you how to use later. It also has a small banner and it has these fun embellishments, two little bear claws and a tint and a compass that are all 1 by 1 inch. Alright, now that you have been introduced to the Great Outdoors die sets, let's create a layout with them. For today's tutorial, I am using the Sizzix Big Kick die machine. We love Sizzix die machines. They are great with our dies. And this is the 4x4 Great Outdoors frame, and you want to decide if you want the flat side or the flat part of the hexagon shape at the top, or the, we'll say, pointy part, which is what I've chosen for my layout today. So I have the pointy part up, and I'm going to be consistent with that throughout my layout because I feel like it looks a little unbalanced if you don't keep it that way or keep it on the same side. And I just rolled it through my die machine and cut through some pattern paper. And you should get two pieces like this. And for my layout, I'm going to keep the frame piece here. Now I'm going to use the layering die, which is optional for your layout. And of course, since I cut my frame with the pointy part up, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to make sure that pointy part is up. And just so you're aware, if I had it this way where it was flat, I couldn't cut into my 4x6 photo all the way. Whereas with the pointy part, I could have my 4x6 photo inside the frame. It'll fit in that frame. So pay attention if you want your photo to fill in the whole center section of the Great Outdoors frame. You need to make sure that the way you have, whether you use the flat side or the pointy side, that it's going to fit over your 4x6 photo. So just pay attention to that. Right now I am cutting the largest banner die, and right after I get done with this cut, I'm going to show you how I use it with the frame, but it's a pretty simple cut. I just rolled it through and I'm able to get this unstuck, but if it got stuck in there, you of course can take a sharp pair of tweezers and get that piece of paper out. Now I'm going to show you how you can make the layers or put the layers together for the Great Outdoors frame. So one option is to stick a whole 4x4 piece of cardstock behind the outdoors frame, which this is optional if you cut your photo with the layering die. And right here I'm placing the banner die on before my photo. So the last part I'm going to put on is my photograph, and so you can see the ivory paper I put in the back, you can see in this cut. You could put the banner accent over your photograph and add a little journaling, but of course many of you probably want to show your photo, but that is an option, or just not use a photo and all and have the banner there. So for my layout, I just decided to use both the back and front of my pattern paper. So I have the frame piece has the yellow and the back has this fun floral paper, which I use on a lot of my outdoorsy layouts. So I have that flower paper, the banner, and then I place my photo on top here. And so that's kind of what makes the Great Outdoors die kind of fun, because you have fun at putting these layers together. So this is the 2x2 Great Outdoors die, and remember this is going to be a separate set. This is from the Great Outdoors Accents die set. So keep that in mind. The Great Outdoors frame set is sold separately from the accent set. And what's nice is it's pretty small, so I'm also able to cut my mini banner here. So I'm going to roll these dies all the way through my machine. Okay. And if your dies get stuck, which I talk about this in a lot of videos, my banner die looks like came out fine, but the smaller one did not come out. So I have my pair of tweezers here. They're very sharp. And basically, there's these little holes on the back of your die, and you poke it in one of the corners or in the center, depending on where the holes are. And then you can poke the paper out a little bit and get it out a little bit at a time. So make sure you're careful and don't rip your paper when you're trying to get it out of the die. Just really quick, I'm just going to show how to cut a photograph with this die. I did print this photo pretty small. It's pretty much looks like I printed at 2 by 2 inches, just enough to fit inside the inside part of the Great Outdoors 2 by 2 frame. So pretty quick and easy to cut your photo with that. You don't have to print your photos smaller, but sometimes I need to do that to make it work. All right, so with the 2 by 2 die, again, the layering can be pretty similar. I have this 2 by 2 background piece that was cut with die set A. And then, of course, the frame piece and the photo. And this is a good option if you don't want to worry about that really thin ring. But again, I'm using both the back and front of my pattern paper, so I'm going to use the ring part in this case. So I'm going ahead and gluing the frame part down and the ring part down. I know it's not the exact shape of the ring, but I don't know what else it's called, the outline ring. Anyways, so I just glued them down, and so I'm putting the frame part on, and then this ring part, and then my mini banner. So pretty much just going to be layered as before. And now I'm gluing on my photograph here to stick right in the middle, and I think that looks really nice. All right, now I'm going to cut the cute little accent pieces. So I have the two bear claws here, plus the tent and compass. And yes, I kept them together. You can cut them all separately, but they're so small, I figured I'd keep at least two of them attached together to make things easier for me. The bear claw one is the pretty most straightforward one. I mean, I pretty much took out all the extra pieces, and you can see the ivory paper behind the cocoa. So the bear claw again is pretty straightforward. The other ones have a lot more little pieces, and of course it can be straightforward in the sense, I could do the same thing where I just punch all these pieces out and lay it on an ivory piece. This is the tent one. And the compass one is has the most little pieces. So it has a circle, so you can tell already it's not going to be as straightforward to put this one together. And you have a ring piece, and the center, I don't know what you call all the pieces on the compass, to be honest, but there's a centerpiece and then there's the little arrow. So for the compass one, you're definitely going to need a few different colors. Two colors may not be enough to show every piece on your compass. So this is all the compass pieces here. So I'm going to cut these in multiple different colors so on the page you can tell the difference between each piece. All right, so I have a few different colors here for both my tent and compass die cuts here. And it's really handy for little detailed dies like this to have a pair of tweezers, like this tent one. It has a little triangle too, which I'm not going to fill in with a different color, but I have the tent part, but then I have this little tiny straight line. And so it's really helpful to have those tweezers. And now what I'm going to do to keep everything together easily is place a piece of washi tape over the cuts. So super nice. When you go to glue it down, it'll be so much easier. And now I'm putting the compass pieces together. So I have this ring. And you can turn the ring a different ways, which is really nice. So the compass can be pointed in different directions to sort of keep it together. I'm going to go ahead and stick that washi tape on. So again, depending on which way you turn the ring, that is the direction the arrow part of the compass is going to go. So if you want it to go in a different direction, you just need to turn that ring part. Right now I'm also putting washi tape over this one and everything stays together so I can glue it. So this is a nifty little tip. Of course, you can use this for many of our dies. Makes gluing a lot easier, especially with these explore level dies that are more like an embellishment and they might have some tiny pieces. So handy to do that. All right, I have my little bear claw and you can choose to show the grid paper behind it or put a piece of 1x1 inch grid, or excuse me, of cardstock behind it or pattern paper, whichever. And I'm not going to use the bear claw for this page because I was in a place where there were no bears. So I decided not to use it for my layout. But I'm using the compass. So this is the one I showed with the glue behind it. And you can see how easy it is to put it on the grid paper, especially with that tape. So of course you glue down the pieces and then stick it on the grid paper and then take the washi tape off. So super easy. And for both the little compass where you see a little triangle and the tent where the triangle is, you can see the background of the grid paper. So that's a neat little trick if you want to show a little bit more of that grid paper color. Alright, I put the rest of the layout together, so I added another 4x4 Great Outdoors frame and also 2 more 2x2 Great Outdoors frames along with more accents, and you can see how it came together really nicely. I really like this layout. I really like the hexagon shape, and you have the option again to show the pointy part like I did at the top, or you can have it be the flat part at the top. And again, I recommend being consistent on your page so it looks a bit more balanced. And of course, the compass and tent accents and a little bear claw are adorable for these outdoor and camping pages. All right, we have reached the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved this video. And if you did, please be sure to give it a like so I know that you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can be updated whenever we do put up another tutorial. Alrighty, thank you for watching and I will see you next time.